Okay, this is just a little extra video I've done. Now, I'm making a video which should be up about now. If it's not, it'll be up very soon. About this, which is another of those Chinese AliExpress Cloncentron kits. And what I did was, a couple of weeks ago, in fact it was on Boxing Day, I made a little video about building one of these pedals, but building it in real time. And the idea is that anyone that buys one of these pedals, if you want to have a go at making it, not 100% sure how to do it, then I'm hoping that you can watch my video and you can build along with it, and hopefully you'll have a working pedal. Not everything went to plan first time, but you know, we got there in the end. But next door to it is another pedal I've built, and this is a kit, and I bought the printed circuit board probably about a year ago, and it's made by a company called Madbean, and it's called Total Recall. And what it is, it's basically a clone of the EHX Deluxe Memory Man. Now, I've had a Memory Man in the past, and it's a great pedal, and I've always regretted getting rid of it, and I always fancy getting another one. But then I thought as well, when I started building pedals, it would be nice to actually build one, because as it goes, since I started building pedals, I've never actually bought an effects pedal at all. Anything new that I've got, I've made myself. So anyway, I built this one, and I finished it off a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago now. And the main issue I had was sourcing the delay chips, the Bucket Brigade Delay chips. And the serial number is MN, which is nice, 3005. And I bought a pair of chips from China via eBay. Didn't work. Completely dead, didn't work. I then bought another pair of chips from China via AliExpress. Again, they didn't work. And how I tested them, I've actually got another delay unit, which I've also done a video about on here. There's a link in the description. And I literally just swapped out that chip with these new ones just to test them, and none of them worked. And none of them worked when I put them in the pedal. I then found a seller on eBay in America who had the same chips. These are the new reissue chips. I put them straight in the pedal and they work first time. So basically the moral of this story is, if you're buying things, specialist parts, always go with a seller with a good track record. And as it was, this eBay seller's selling a lot of them, and you can read the feedback just for these chips, and they all said the same thing. They all work and they all sound good. So yeah, so this pedal then is as I say, it's a clone of a Deluxe Memory Man. It's got most of the same features. It's got the delay control, feedback control, level control, which is like a master volume. You've got the blend control going from clean to effect, and you've got the modulation. Now the modulation can either be like a vibrato sound or a chorus sound. And at the moment I've got this set on a pretty slow delay with a little bit of modulation, just to give a bit of this sort of sound. And you know, I think that sounds lovely. Now, you can obviously speed the delay up by turning the delay time up, or making it faster. If I turn all the modulation off, then it's just a straight delay. And if I can really speed it up. And again, that's a really nice sound. You can obviously turn the feedback up to almost continuous saturation. And then slow it right down. So this is the slowest delay you get. again, the feedback you can have going to infinity if you want, which you know is really cool. Now, the level control's really handy because it actually comes into effect whether you got the effect in the circuit or not. Now, this is the sort of standard wiring of the pedal, but you can wire it into true bypass if you want it to be a true bypass effect, but I've just kept it at stock. And again, the blend control, you can go from a just a very basic delay, or you can just go all the way through to this sort of sound. Now, with the modulation, at the moment I've got it set to the chorus modulation, which is kind of like this. And then if you flick it to the other position, you get the vibrato sound. So yeah, I think it's a really useful effect, the modulation. I prefer the kind of chorus mode, personally. And yeah, I think it's a really great kit. Now, it's not the cheapest kit to build. I think you're looking at well over £100 in parts. I mean, even the tin box that I put it in, I mean, they suggest a smaller box, but I kind of wanted it to be the same form factor, same size as a Memory Man. And I did try to think about not having the pot soldered to the board, because they use the sort of right-angled pins so that the pots hold the boards to the case. But I like to have the idea of just having them in a row and basically making it look like a Memory Man. But then I thought, well, even though it's a clone of a Memory Man, it's not really a Memory Man, so I kind of did it like this. And so it's got the size and the shape of a Memory Man, but it doesn't have the same layout. But it doesn't matter, because it just works, and it's a really great pedal. As I say, the Bucket Brigade Delay chips, I mean, they were something in the order of about £50, so they're the most expensive part. And there's a couple of other chips in there that are around about a tenner, and then you've got all your normal sort of capacitors, resistors and things. Now, some of the resistors have very, very fine values. So it's like I think it's like 22.2K and all this sort of business. Now, to get resistors of that value is quite hard. So what I actually did is I got, in some cases, 2 resistors and I soldered them together to make the correct value. Now, whether you could have just used something approximate, I don't know how much actual difference that makes. It probably won't make any difference, but I kind of just wanted to go with it, which is what I did, and really pleased with the results. So yeah, if you fancy having a go at building one of these kits, I'm going to say it's not the easiest kit in the world to build, and you have got to do a little bit of calibration, although I did most of it by ear and it just worked fine. You just got to set the bias control for the chips, which basically they're either on or off. You just set it to the right setting, it seems to work. And then there's a couple of sort of mix controls in there to mix between the 2 chips. But yeah, it's a great pedal. So if you fancy having a go, then by all means have a look one up. I think the PCBs were about £15. Again, I had to buy it from America, as I recall, so obviously there's going to be shipping charges incurred, but yeah, I think this was a great pedal. Anyway, hope you found this of interest. If you do, please like and subscribe and all of that, and I'll catch you on the next one.